So here we go. Loop Hero. This is like a clicker meets roguelite RPG meets a deck builder, I guess. There's a lot of elements in this, and they all work really well together. I'm going to get a new game going, though. It says I played 14 hours in this save file. I have not played 14 hours. I left it on overnight. I have not played 14 hours. So we're going to start a new game here. Let's go. The stars in the sky are going out one by one. But no one notices it. No one can stop it. I'm racing to the last place where there's still hope. I need to make it before it's too late. Sounds of agony will quickly fade. The world will be destroyed. Even the memory of it will be gone. And even if there is absolutely no chance of bringing it all back, there will always be someone who is willing to do the impossible. In a place without space, without time, without memories. The pixel art in this game is incredible. Where am I? I can't see anything except this path. My head's killing me. I remember only a skeleton with a staff in the sky. This darkness was coming from him. Did he destroy everything around here? Just standing here won't do me any good, I guess. Alright, so here's what we do, alright? Basic synopsis. This is a really quick tutorial. There's planning phases, and there's adventure phases. Planning will let us build things, sort of, take our time, plan. Time won't go by. You can see that the day, does tick by as we let the game play out. Hope I'll be able to find some shelter before nightfall, if such thing as night still even exists without a sky, of course. Pay attention to the day progress bar, which we were just talking about. As the day progresses more and more, the enemies get harder and harder, more enemies spawn. The more enemies we have to fight, the more opportunity there is for more to spawn. Basically, the more we loop, the harder it gets. So we're going to fight ourselves a slime. A living ball of slime, quite a nuisance. They digest everything they can. Hey, I remember this creature. Maybe I just need to freshen up my memory and everything will go back to normal. So the game auto fights. Basically, we have no input in what's happening once we get into a fight, except for switching out materials. It's hard to fight with your bare hands. I think there's a weapon in the remains of this thing that's not fully digested. So now we can just, boop, pop in our sword. I think I remember that there was a grove nearby. Are these even my memories, or do they belong to the slime? Okay, so the slime dropped a grove card. Now I can play the grove card on the loop, and now new enemies are going to spawn in that grove, but also I'm going to collect items when I pass through the grove. Items that will help us on our journey. So we've got this new guy, this rat wolf. They spawn in the grove. But it also dropped a new weapon for us. Force rat wolf, I was right. Some emotional stress, a few colorful images, and a bit of adrenaline, and everything will be forgotten like a bad dream. Remembered as a bad dream? Damn! It's good that nobody's listening. We're listening. Alright, so got a blade here, 4 to 6 damage, and 2 magic damage. We also got forest and we got rock. 2 new cards. So I can play the forest anywhere on here. I can play the rock anywhere on here. But there is going to be a benefit for playing certain cards in certain formations. Great, so there was a mountain over there, and here's a forest. The world is just like new. The branches and stones in my backpack are a sure sign of that. Okay, some of your actions will not yield resources that will need to, or some of them will, that you'll need later on, but not right now, but that shouldn't stop you from looking at them. Continue your journey by clicking the spacebar. Okay. So you can see that we're collecting resources. We got wood, we got stone for putting down the forest and the mountain. I think it's time to get some rest. The game itself is a journey on a loop. Only you will decide when it's time for the hero to return to the camp, either you or the fangs and claws of your enemies. Of course, you can retreat almost any time, but a special animation will let you know when it's safer to do so. So because we made it back to camp, we can retreat and we will get all of our resources. But if we retreat and we're not on the camp, we can only take 60% of our resources. If we die in combat, we can only take 30%. So it's really good to retreat and be really smart about when we do retreat. All right, so we're going to retreat. It's cold and dark here. A small fire can solve both these problems. All right, so now we're going to set up our camp. We're going to build a campfire. There we go. And now we can expedition. So this is the basic, like I said, you can think of this as the skill tree as we build our village. Right now we're just going to start with the campfire. which the hero restores 20% of his max HP upon entering the campfire tile. So what that means is as we start our loop and get into this game proper, this path, everything is wrong, but I remember it looks like a completely different place and it's empty again. Do my actions have any meaning? Like I have a choice. If I need to give up and cry to save the world, am I the worst savior of all? Let's do it. This guy talks to himself a lot. But really, they're talking to us. So that means as we loop around and we take damage, once I pass through this camp, we'll restore 20% of our HP. And right now, we've only got slimes on the board. So we're just going to go ahead and kick some slime butt. And we got some mountains and we got some meadows. And we'll play those cards soon enough. Okay, and we got a shield, so I'm going to equip the shield. And so the mountain I'm going to put up here in the corner. The meadow, I'm going to save the meadow for now. And I'll tell you why. All right, we got ourselves a sword now, equip that, and we got a grove. So for the purposes of this first loop, I'm not too concerned. But normally I wouldn't put a bunch of stuff on the board right away. We put a grove, which is going to add some mildly more difficult enemies. But we've also got this battlefield, which is going to spawn chests as we go by here, which is going to be nice. Chests have items, and that's helpful. Rippling Yeti, thank you for that 12-month resub. 1 year, y'all. Drop some bears. All right, we got a beacon here. So the beacon, you can see plus 40 movement speed within its range and 20% attack speed for all units. So that's me and the enemies both. So if I were to put it here, let's see, what would be the best? Let's put it here. There we go. And we got another mountain. I'm going to put it next to that mountain. All right, good. So we got more mountain cards. I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to put the rock with the mountain. What I'm trying to do is build a 3x3 of rocks and mountains in order to get a bonus over there. And you can see as I pass through that grove, I got some wood. All right, we got a cemetery card. The cemetery, much like the grove, I can play. It's going to spawn certain creatures. But again, like as I go through it, I will gather resources. I'm not going to put it down yet because I don't want the game to get too hard just yet. Okay, another meadow. I'm going to hold on to that meadow card. And as we pass through here, boom, we gain 20% of our HP. A new sword. That's better than what I've got because it's got plus 4 attack speed. So let's equip that. And let's play the rock. It's also important to mention that as we're playing, if we get an item we've got level 1 items right now, but when you get a level 2 item or a level 3 item, etc., it's not always the best idea to swap out an item just because it's a higher level. There will be oftentimes that you'll have like a level 2 sword and you'll come across a level 4 sword, but the level 2 sword has perks and buffs that are just way better. Treasury. So I guess what I'm saying is be very careful when you're considering what to swap out for. So the treasury is great. Gives a random resource after placing anything on an adjacent tile. So this is what I was saving my meadows for. See, I'm playing these, which is giving me these random items. But also, if I place a meadow adjacent to something else, it turns into a blooming meadow, which gives me bonus items. And now I'm going to play this last part here. So there we go. I played a 3x3 mountain, which created a mountain peak, which is going to give me an additional 120 HP. But it's also going to now allow for harpies to spawn, which are going to be a little bit more of a difficult enemy that we're going to have to face. Cool, we finally got some armor. So we've got a counter and regen, and then we've got attack speed. Personally, I like to play regen items, either regen or vampirism items, in order to gain HP back when I'm playing as the warrior. So I'm going to go ahead and play this regen armor. We do have this armor, though. I mean, the regen, yeah, this has a better max HP, but yeah, the regen on this one and the counter are good. It's not a lot of regen, honestly, with only 0.6. Hopefully we'll find some better. Have you played the rogue yet? I have played the rogue a little bit, not a whole lot. I haven't gotten really good with them. But we should unlock them pretty quickly on today's stream, and then we'll be able to play around with them a little bit. All right, we got ourselves some more mountains. I'm going to play a mountain down here and a mountain down here. All right, and then we've got another battlefield. You know, I'm going to play the battlefield right there. Again, I'm holding on to those cemeteries because I don't want to put them down. I don't want to make our loop too difficult here at the beginning. Oh, and I got a road lantern. So road lanterns are nice because not as many enemies are going to spawn within the light of the road lantern. So I'm going to go ahead and play that. All right, we're going to do this fight, and then I'm going to go to planning because I want to show. You can see here's the harpy. I was talking about the harpies coming down from the mountain, and it's coming down. It's going to land somewhere in our loop now. And we've got ourselves a new weapon. This is way better than the one that we've got, so we'll swap that out. And then I've got a... Okay, so currently we have a ring with plus 10% counter, but I can have 10% evasion instead. I think I'm going to do that. I recently learned that vampire villages are a thing. Whoa, okay. Ash has been playing this as well. Oh, we got some goblins. Stop! Where do these goblins come from? I don't remember remembering you. We remembered ourselves. Now give us all you've got. You have no idea what's going on, right? Why don't you help me restore order in this world first, and then you can do anything you want. Goblin us rob. No other order in the world. All right, fair enough. Guess I don't have any valid objection here. Oh, wait. I do have one. How about... Ha-ha! All right, so now we gotta fight these goblins, and I'll be real, at this point in the game, granted I haven't played too much of the game, I hate the goblins. The goblins are the worst. And this goblin actually turned into a ghost because I'm battling it on a battlefield. So that is what happens sometimes on the battlefield, is they have a chance to turn into ghosts. But I also have a chance to get these chests, which is very nice. It's strange how these creatures appeared here on their own. Maybe it means everything is actually not so bad, and that the world's trying to restore itself. Or that even the apocalypse isn't enough to get rid of some pests. All right, so let's go ahead and pause real quick and do some planning. We've got some things here. I've got another road lantern. I'm gonna put the road lantern over here. And we've got ourselves some better items here. This shield right here has defense, attack speed, and evasion. Way better than the shield we have. This one is a way better weapon with plus 11% counter. So equip that. And then we've got this armor, which has way more HP. And honestly, this has such a small amount of regen, I'm not that concerned. I'm going to swap it out just for the HP. Okay, and then we'll keep that going. All right. Try surrounding the treasury with landscape. I am, but I'm going to save my meadows, y'all. I want to surround it in meadows to make bloomin' meadows. Okay, we've got ourselves... Ooh, okay. Magic, damage to all, and counter. You know what? We're going to take less HP, but that's fine. And we've got another meadow. We'll place it here. Okay, if I put 2 more meadows here, then we're going to get a nice little bonus over here. And you can see here, like, I've got these sticks, and as you collect, I think it's 15 sticks, they turn into this stable wood. The same with the stone. Collect enough preserved pebbles, and then they turn into preserved rock, etc., etc. So we've got this orb of expansion. We want to collect stacks of things in order to collect these higher level resources, which we're going to need a lot of. No! What do you mean, no? You want to save the world? You want to ask us for help? Our answer is no. How did you... But why no? We see far away. We see deep inside for a long time. There has been just emptiness instead of sky. But it doesn't stop us from seeing. Your saving of the world is one-sided, naive. Each person sees their own way of saving the world. That's why no one will ever join you. All right, fine. I don't fully understand it, but tell me your version. What does this save the world mean to you? My progeny and my kin. For them to be strong and to live. It's a part of the cycle of life and death. It is life itself. It is the world. I will kill you and feed on your remains, or feed your remains to my starving younglings, and life will go on. And how many lives does your blade give birth to by killing again and again? Only one. I don't want you or your children to die from starvation. Please, try to see reason. If my mission succeeds, harpies can have all the sky and all the hunting grounds they need. I can't feed my children with your beautiful words. It's time to say goodbye. All right, so here's our first harpy fight. And at a certain point, because I am just starting out, and I'm not super strong yet. I am going to have to consider taking a retreat if I want to keep our materials. I feel awful. By fixing one evil, I'm becoming a source of another. There's no home for harpies except the highest mountains. But there's no food there. I can't imagine how they managed to survive if their mountains were cut from reality. Alright, so I'm not going to retreat just yet. But yeah, we do want to consider retreating soon. You know, I'm going to put down another grove. Let's go ahead and do it. The protagonist is woke. Yeah, he's just considerate, you know? Or trying to be. We'll see if that still plays out later. Oh man, we have a goblin camp here. So this goblin camp, it's got 3 goblins. These guys can wreck your day pretty quickly. So right now, this goblin leader, they can get raged. They get enraged when any ally dies, which means that they get plus 30% damage, which sucks. And because I can't control who I battle in this game first, I'm attacking this guy first, the goblin. I'm going to kill the goblin, which is going to enrage the goblin leader. And then things are going to get tough. See, there he goes. So now he's going to do plus 30% damage. But luckily, I took him out next, thankfully. Oh, but now he's a ghost. Okay. Oh, now he's a ghost of a ghost. Oh, now he's a prime matter. The ultimate form of the ghost. Okay. Get out of here. Having that goblin camp right next to this battlefield is kind of tricky. Now, here's what I can do, though. I can take this Oblivion card and boom, get rid of the battlefield, all right? So I'm not getting the perks of the battlefield anymore, but now I don't need to worry about battling any ghost goblins anymore. And I'm going to play this meadow here and play this, and then boom! We've surrounded the treasury, which means we got a huge boost to our production there. And thank you, Madabby, for that 30-month resub. Whee! Hello, everybody. Hello, Madabby. How's it going? So I do have a lot of stone. I'm just going to go ahead and start playing some of this stone. What do we got here? Counter 70% or 7%, attack speed 8%, defense 2. It's pretty comparable to what I've got. I'm just going to keep what I got. Regen and defense. Better attack. I'll swap that out. Evasion, damage to all. And you know what? I'm going to take that evasion. And we've got all these rocks. I'm going to start playing some rocks. When I do put down rocks, I do gain HP for playing them. You can only build 1 mountain per, so that's not going to do much good. Like playing another 3x3. And if I play too many cards, we will have to fight the boss. This right here is the boss meter. The more cards we play and the more we build, the closer we get to having to battle them. Yeah, I should consider retreating next time. Ooh, we got some vampirism items. Okay, so this is what the vampire items look like. This has higher HP and also 10% vampirism, which is very nice. This is a vampire shield, which is going to give us another 10% vampirism. Let's equip that. So right now you can see we have 20% vampirism, which means that we're going to get 20% of the hit points that we deal back as health. Let's see how helpful that'll be in our battles. Okay, magic damage ring. Magic damage not too important for us at the moment. Yeah, I think once I get done with this loop, I'm going to get us home. And I'm not looking at some of these items because I know that they're bad items. You can see that items are sort of color-coded. So this is orange, which means that it's like a very good item. You have blue, you have yellow, and then you have gray. Gray is just kind of run-of-the-mill, meh, not important. So I see level 5, but it's a gray item, and I know that it's just not going to be that great. I'm not even going to bother looking at it. Okay, and because we've made it back, we can return back to our camp with all of the items that we collected, and then use those items in order to build new things. I can't believe it. Hey, everybody, the boys managed to return. Survivors? Does this mean I'm not alone anymore? Where'd you come from? Is there still a place without darkness? We don't know where we came from, or we can't remember? These people you see are only a small part of what's left of the group, I think. You're not sure? We're not sure. We reached that conclusion because of the abandoned luggage and leftover daily rations. With each day, new signs of presence of people that, as far as everyone here knows, they've never even been with us. It's like we forgot them. You forgot? Exactly. It's like people disappear every day, and we instantly forget that they even existed, almost as if we forgot the place we came from, and our families, and maybe even ourselves. My name's Yota. That's the part I still remember. Nobody else's memory is in much better shape. That's why I remember so little about myself. Everything is forgotten. But wait, you said that I managed to return? That means you remembered I was here. Yes, that's why it's so important to us. We saw you leave, but you were gone before we could approach you. Listen, we can't wander around in this emptiness anymore. There's a campfire and a few sleeping bags here. A real luxury in these dark times. What do you say? Oh, of course. I'd be very grateful if we could team up. I want to restore everything. I've begun to remember the world as it was before, but there's no point to it without other people. It's too lonely without them. Remembering the world? I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm too exhausted. But we'd be glad if you could help us, and we'd be glad to help you. Just don't ask us to go with you. I don't know how you managed to return, but for us, leaving the group is too dangerous. I will ask no such thing of you. For now, I just want to have a place to return to. A place where I can hear other people's voices. Thank you, Frentic Panda, for that 2-month resub, you guys. Drop some bears. Thank you, Frentic Panda. We weren't joking about helping you. Here are the few things that survived the cataclysm and don't vanish away. Can't be forgotten. Take them. You might need them. All right, she just gave us some good items there. And now we can start to build some stuff. So let's go into our build menu here. And so we can build a field kitchen. The field kitchen is going to give us plus 10% to Campfire's healing power and unlocks the Blood Grove card. So that's going to be a new card we can play. Can't quite build an herbalist hut yet or the smithy, but we'll want to get those. Because I can build the field kitchen, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And we'll place it right here next to our campfire. And this is the guy who runs the field kitchen. Do you know the difference between a good cook and a bad cook? The food made by a good cook is tastier. What, you were expecting something more elaborate? Sometimes the truth is very simple. Look, I have a cauldron, a hearth, and a couple of knives. A bucket of potatoes, 3 onions, and some ham. Nothing special. Everything's very simple. But give me a few minutes and everyone in this camp will be running to my table, following the tasty smell of a good stew. Alright, so we've got ourselves the field kitchen set up. Because we can't build anything else, we will keep these resources that we brought back. Those will be permanent. They'll stay with us, but we need more resources so we can build ourselves the herbalist hut, the smithy, the refuge, and on to build other things. So let's go on another expedition here. Before we start, let's go into the cards. So we unlock the Blood Grove card. Now we can play this Blood Grove card. We can play up to 12 cards, and we can play as few as 7. But you can see that you need to have at least 2 from each column. If you have 1, it's telling you no. You have to have between 5 and 2 picked out here, 2 and 5. So I'm going to click all of those for now. But if you wanted to have a run where... Actually, I'm not going to click all those. If you want to have a run where you are more likely to get some cards than others, like I can drop this spider cocoon. I can drop... The Blood Grove's actually pretty good. I'm going to keep that. But... drop the cemetery. Actually, no, I can't because I need 2 from those. Drop the beacon. And... you know what? That'll be good. All right, so we'll confirm. And we'll go fight.